Hey guys, Ryan here, and this is my buddy Nate from Ziva Mortgages, and he's here today to teach me, as well as you guys, 7 ways that we can all save some money, because I think it goes without question that we're living in some pretty difficult times right now, and me specifically, I'm trying to save some money for purchasing my next investment condo. So Nate, please tell me, how can we save some money?
Definitely. Thanks for having me, Ryan. Saving money is always tough, obviously, especially right now with what's going on in the economy, people losing their jobs, COVID's come in and sort of flatlined everything. So it's about as good a time as any to try to get ahead and try to keep yourself afloat.
For me personally right now, I'm trying to save money for my second investment condo, and I'm struggling, to be frank. And so Nate, being a mortgage broker, he has this idea that he thought he would come on the show and share with 7 ways that we can all save money. And I think that there's definitely a lot of benefits to some of the tips that he's going to give us. So what are they?
Awesome. It's number one thing, and everybody should be doing it anyways, is put a budget together.
What's a budget?
A budget is super important because a budget, you're just basically writing down your income, all the money coming in versus all your fixed expenses. So any money going out on rent, on your mortgage payments, groceries, car payments, anything that has to come out to sort of keep you living day to day. So that way you know exactly how much is coming in versus how much is going out, and you could see, is there anything you can cut back? You can see, do I have anything left over for savings and such? And you can go from there, but you really have to have that in place before anything else.
Yeah, I totally think that that's absolutely necessary as well, and that's something that I've recently implemented. With the market changing, of course, my income has had to have adjusted. Sure. And there's one tip that I can offer that's worked well for me, and this is an app called Money Manager. And basically, every single time that I go and purchase something, whether it be groceries or gas in my car, so to speak, I literally just enter in the amount that I just purchased and what it is and what category. And at the end of the week or the end of the month, whichever you prefer, it populates into this graph and you can see, are you in line with your budget? So that app is called Money Manager, but I'm sure there's probably a bunch of other apps and services like that as well.
For sure.
What's the second tip?
Second tip is, once you got your budget down, you want to attack your high interest debt first.
Yikes.
The big stuff, so like credit cards, that's more than 20% sometimes, high interest loans that you might have. So you got to get rid of that high interest debt first, because especially if you're making only minimum payments on your credit cards and stuff, you're never going to get ahead. That just eats up any extra cash you might have. So target that first, get rid of that, and then you can have some breathing room and you can start maybe even putting some money away.
Good point. Yeah, you know what? I can tell you from personal experience, when I was in my early 20s, I had accumulated a lot of credit card debt and I didn't really know what to do. And after some research, I realized that there's actually a lot of nonprofit organizations out there that can offer services to either consolidate your debt and then make it one larger payment with substantially lower interest rates. You can, Google some of these organizations, or you can talk to your bank, because a lot of these financial institutions, they have these programs. So instead of paying 20% on your loan or whatever that you owe to the financial institution, you can cut that back substantially, and that's definitely a great tactic that you can implement to start saving money for sure. Yeah.
Definitely. Next thing I like to do is, what I like to call is pay yourself first. Obviously, you're not an employee of yourself, but what that means is, as soon as your paycheck comes in, maybe you get paid every other week, maybe once a month, whenever that is, it's going to come into your account, direct deposit. Most of us are on direct deposit now, and you can have it set up in your account that as soon as that paycheck hits your account, a portion is taken out and put into another account of yours.
So you don't even have access to it, like the money's just taken away.
It happens automatically through your bank account, and you might have to start really small, $5, $10, whatever. Some people might be able to do $100 a month or a pay period, whatever that is. But as soon as your check hits your account, a small portion is taken out and you're paying yourself.
That's a really good tip. Thanks for that.
It's just, that's a good way to save and move forward from there.
Because there's always going to be expenditures that pop up and you're always making excuses for yourself. But at the end of the day, if the money is withheld without you even having to touch it, then you're going to be forced to save that money. So that's a great tactic. Absolutely, for sure.
So next thing I'd say would be avoid impulse buying. Let's say if you're going to the mall, You go for a run, you blow your shoe out, you got to go to the mall and get a pair of shoes. You need a new pair of running shoes. You got to stay fit. So you go to the store, you get your pair of running shoes, and that's it. That's all that's on your list. You don't see the nice tracksuit, you're like, oh, those would look great with my suit.
Yeah.
With my shoes, and go get those.
Absolutely. Circling back to my comment about that app Money Manager, when you're at the cashier and you're about to make that purchase, you enter it into your phone, and then at that moment you realize, do I actually need this? And if you don't, well then just put it back on the shelf, because you know what? That's money that you do not need to be spending, right?
Exactly.
Cool.
That's exactly right. So next I would say a great tip is, it's super easy, at least I find it easy, some people don't, is make your lunch. Make your lunch at home. Thought so.
What does that mean?
Every day I'm in the office, Monday to Friday, and 90% of everybody in my office is going out for lunch, buying their lunch, door dashing their lunch in, 10, 15, 20, 25, $30 maybe every day for lunch. That can be hundreds of dollars a week that you're just spending on lunch. Where if you take an afternoon or even an hour or two, like on a Sunday or whatnot, you do a little meal prep, 5 lunches, and you're done for the week. Save yourself $100 every week.
You know, if I do the math, like $25, $30 a day, you know, times 5 days a week, that's like as much as a potential mortgage payment. So Nate kind of opened my eyes in that, and yeah, I definitely need to be packing my lunch, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are doing the same thing as well. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways that we can be saving money, and there's apparently a couple more too.
Yeah, definitely. One great one is what I like to call become a cord cutter. Cord cutter. So basically what that means is you're going to cut out the things that you don't really need, the sort of the luxuries or whatnot. One great example that I've personally done recently is I used to have the full cable package, $200 a month for
the full meal deal.
The full meal deal, like 200 channels that I never watched. I'd watch like the news in the morning, and I'd watch sports. So I cut that back, and I pay less than half. And a great tip in doing so is you can negotiate this. I went to my provider and I told them, like, look, I don't need all these channels. I don't want all these channels. Another provider can do it for half the price. What can you do? And I got it for half the price. So now I've got half the channel, sure, but I don't watch any of those channels anyway. So I've saved $100 right there like that. Yeah,
similar to what Nate just described. I was spending $300+ a month with my cell phone provider because with Merit, as a result of my job, I use a lot of data, and someone encouraged me to negotiate with my provider, which I did, and I'm not kidding you, I was able to cut $170 off of my bill by just threatening to go to another provider. So that just goes to show, if there's a will, there's a way, and you know what, this all adds up, and it could be more money in our pockets, not theirs, right?
For sure. That's great. So one of the last things is, it kind of ties into the cord cutting, it's do things yourself, and that means exactly how it sounds. Do your laundry yourself instead of going to the dry cleaner. That was a big thing for me. Like, I actually had to cut that out. Every week I was dropping all my laundry off of the dry cleaner. And
that adds up, for sure.
100% it does. Yeah. That was a lot of money, like a few $100s every month, because I was dropping it off every week. I got a washer and dryer in my apartment. It takes no time to throw stuff in a washing machine, dump a little laundry detergent in there. So that saved me a lot of money. That's do things yourself.
You know, similar to that, I was spending $150 a week on having cleaners come in, and you know, when the market adjusted, I had to cut that out. And you know what? I'm gonna keep it that way, even when the market reverts back to normal and I'm making more money than I am right now, because guess what? I have the ability to do those things. And if there's anything that I don't know how to do, or someone else doesn't know how to do, there's something called YouTube where you can search it and learn how to do something new, increase your skills, and yeah, you know what? Save some extra money.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And it looks like there's, you know, just a few little things that we can tweak in our lives to, at the end of the day, put more money in our pockets. So if you guys have any questions, please write it down below in the comment section. If you like this video, please click like. And if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. And thank you again, Nate. His contact information is down below. If you have any questions, you can contact him directly about mortgages. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.